morning, everyone. Today we are going to begin a new chapter, The Adventures of Toto. This is the second chapter of your English supplementary book, The Adventures of Toto, here written by Ruskin Bond, who is an Indian author of British descent. Well, here adventures mean unusual, exciting, or dangerous experience, journey. The journey of Toto. Toto is a baby monkey. So the first question here is, have you ever had a baby monkey as a pet? The answer will be no, but yes, some people who actually love animal in our country have baby monkey as their pet. Toto is a baby monkey. Let's find out whether he is mischievous or docile. Mischievous means like if you are annoying people with your pranks, you can be called mischievous, and docile means easy and manageable. So let us start reading the prose. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. So the writer is Toto, this baby monkey from a Tonga, that means horse cart, or in Hindi it is Tanga driver, for the sum of 5 rupees. So it may seem quite unusual, quite strange to all of you that how can you buy an animal for the sum of 5 rupees, but you see that in those days the value of 5 rupees was much more than the present time. Yes, so the Tonga driver used to keep this monkey tied to a feeding trough. Feeding trough here means large narrow container that contains the food and water so that animal can come and eat and drink from it. So when the grandfather of the writer, who had a private zoo, that means a collection of animals at his home, he felt that this place actually didn't suit this animal, this monkey, and he desired to add this monkey to the collection of animals which he had in his zoo at home. The next paragraph. Toto was a pretty monkey. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep-set eyebrows, and his teeth, which were pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. But his hands looked dried up, as though they had been pickled in the sun for many years. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail, while adding to his good looks, grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks, so also served as a third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. So yes, this paragraph actually gives us a description of this pretty monkey. He had bright eyes that sparkled with mischief, with he was very wicked, he was very mischievous. So this mischievous nature actually sparkled. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief beneath deep-set eyebrows, and his teeth, he had pearl white teeth, and whenever he displayed these teeth before any Anglo-Indian relatives, they were frightened, terrified. So you can see that as this author, this is an Indian author of British descent, he had some Anglo-Indian relatives. Anglo-Indian means persons that relating to both Britain and India. But his hands looked dried up. Now you must have seen the hands of monkeys. So they were like they were dried, wrinkled, withered. There were so many cringes as if they had been dried in the sun like pickled vegetables, you know. So he had even a long tail, but his fingers were very quick and wicked. So he could do so many mischievous things with his fingers, and his tail. According to the grandfather, this tail actually would add to anyone's good looks. I mean, it enhances the good looks of this monkey. So it is very humorous, a humorous remark made by the author, and also served as a third hand. So it was like a third hand for him. Because why? Because he could actually help him hang from the branch of a tree, and he also used to lift, that means scooping up means lifting up any delicacy or food that were beyond his hands reach. Okay. Now in the next paragraph, grandmother always first when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So it was decided that Toto's present should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into the wall. Now the writer's grandmother was totally against the grandfather's habit and attitude of bringing new pets every now and then in the house. But he always forced means she always complained, annoyed with this kind of habit. So it was decided, so both of them, the grandfather and the writer and the grandfather, both of them thought that they should not disclose the fact to her until she was in a good mood. So what did they do? They secured the Toto in a little cupboard. Cupboard means here closet, you know, that a small place in a wall that has a door that reaches the floor, the cupboard like that. So yeah, they secured Toto in a cupboard in the writer's room, and in order to be sure that Toto did not escape, they tied him to a peg, that means a hook, into the wall. A few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as naked brick and plaster. The peg in the wall had been wrenched from its socket, and my school blazer, which had been hanging there, was in shreds. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather didn't worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. In this paragraph, we can see that after few hours, when the writer and the grandfather just came back to release Toto, yes, they found that the walls that had been covered, now some people covered their wall with decorative paper. Yeah, so the grandfather did that, but Toto had torn all this ornamental paper. Now only the naked brick, uncovered brick and plaster were there. The peg, the nail, the hook in the wall had been broken from its socket, the hollow place. Totally. Toto took out even the peg, the hook from the wall. And more to it, the school blazer of the writer had been torn into thin pieces. Shreds mean thin pieces by Toto. The sight was quite shocking and amusing at the same time. The writer started wondering that what the grandmother would say, because she would be very much angry. But grandfather did not worry. He seemed very much pleased with Toto's performance, but you can see the reaction of the grandfather actually tells us that how much he loves animal. Yeah, and because totally the grandfather was quite delighted to see Toto's adventurous nature, that Toto's performance. So what did he say? He's clever. said grandfather. Given time, I am sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. Yes, so he felt that Toto was very clever, very wise as an animal. He said that if they would have given him more time, he would have tied the thin pieces of writer's torn blazer into a rope and escaped out of window. Well, next paragraph, his presence in the house still a secret. Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. A tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. But the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. So grandfather, who had to leave Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. So his presence in the house, that means that no one in the house knew about his presence, about Toto's presence. Now Toto was now shifted to the servants' quarter, where to a big cage in the servants' quarter, where a number of grandfather's pets lived together. Now he was put in a cage. He would live with other pets in the grandfather zoo. Now the zoo was comprised of a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a squirrel, and the writer's pet goat. Toto was very mischievous. What did he do? He didn't let anyone to sleep at night. He didn't let any of his companions. Now the writer's grandfather had to leave for Saharanpur to collect his pension. Yeah, Saharanpur, Dehradun. So he decided to take him along, as he was quite unmanageable. Yes. Yeah, and then in the next paragraph we are going to see another adventurous episode. Well, now up to this